This is a segment from the end of the video. Going to use it as the intro for this video. Maybe JJ Arcega-Whiteside, because of the draft pick, and Howie, they might have their spot safe, even though JJ should have to compete 100%. Forget the draft pick at this point. Make him compete. No more babying him with an umbrella over his head. Like, for real. The sun is out, bro. For real? Okay, I guess I'll give it to you. What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. And today, we're going to be talking about what we believe Nick Sirianni is going to do with this young/crowded wide receiver group. Now, this is just the beginning of a long conversation we're going to have all offseason, breaking down individual tape, players, who fits best with Nick Sirianni, who's the three that starts, and who gets cut, whether we keep 5 or 6 of the 8 players on the thumbnail. But before we get into all that, if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications so you don't miss a video or a live stream. Also, smash the like button for your boy. It goes a long way. And follow your boy on Twitter. That's where we talk Eagle news behind the YouTube scenes. With that out the way, let's get into today's topic. Now, wide receiver galore. And the crazy part is, no veterans, no old heads. Deshaun Jackson, gone. Alshon Jeffrey, gone. Even Marquise Goodwin, a veteran that would have been around, he is gone. So we legit have no veterans on this team. I mean, JJ Arcega-Whiteside's going into his 3rd year. Greg Ward Jr., 3rd year, starting with the Philadelphia Eagles, but he came from the practice squad. Travis Fulgham, an older guy, but he bounced around from practice squad to practice squad. The Lions, the Packers, the Eagles, that made a team. Now, this team is going to be very young at the wide receiver position. That's why it's good to retain Aaron Moorhead, the first time we retain a wide receiver positional coach in a while. And let's not forget, Nick Sirianni, where did he come from? College wide receiver, came into the league coaching wide receivers, then started coaching quarterbacks, then started coaching the offense, but he has a soft spot for the wide receivers. Just like Jonathan Gannon has a soft spot for the defensive backs, wide receivers are where Nick Sirianni made his money, and that's what I think his best part of hands-on coaching is going to be about. And we have all these young players who need to learn. Jalen Reagor, 1st round pick last year. Injuries? He got to be better. We didn't use a lot of these players right. John Hightower played early. Quez Watkins played late. They both played in ways that I thought they could be utilized better. Even though John Hightower showed the deep ball ability to get open, he couldn't track it. Jalen Reagor, get the ball in his hands, use his speed. A lot of things we're going to have to do, and a lot of people are going to have to compete. Nick Sirianni's favorite words, compete. Now, there is one guy I want to kind of talk about a little bit more, even though we know Devonta Smith is the consensus one. I want to touch on Trevon Grimes, the rookie, undrafted free agent out of Florida. We all saw the tape that he beat up Patrick Surtain. We saw in a limited amount of touches because of Kadarius Toney being over there, Kyle Pitts, all these guys. He didn't get the ball much, but when he did, he made the most out of it. Go up and get the ball in 50-50 balls. Back shoulder phase. Use the speed when he needed to. And by no way is he a burner, but he utilizes his speed at the right moments at the right time. We should be having undrafted free agent Trevon Grimes on the channel Thursday. I'm not sure if it's going to be a live or a pre-recorded episode. I'm waiting for him to respond back on that note, but he did say Thursday around 4:30, 5 o'clock, we will be recording a podcast. Like I said, I don't know if it's live or pre-recorded. I will get back to you with that information. Also, I will be live on Philly 500 stream today. So I know all you guys are subbed to Philly 500, and if you're not, what's wrong with you? One of the GOATs when it comes to Eagles content creation. So definitely come check us out. It will be on his channel. I would also be with Gate City Sports Channel. But let's get back to the wide receivers. I mean, there's 8 guys on the thumbnail. 6 guys at the most are going to make it, possibly 5. I think the Eagles should keep 6 because of the youth. You got to keep him. You don't want him to leave and get pretty darn good somewhere else. So if we keep 6, can we put 1 on the practice squad? And if that's the case, you really only got to cut 1. And I think everybody's going to say J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. I mean, he's the first one you should be like, what has he done for us? I understand he got that second round pick hovering over him, and they're going to want to give him as much opportunity as they can. But that's the old coaching staff. This is a new coaching staff. Everybody's slate is wiped clean. It's Hightower versus Quez Watkins versus Jalen Reagor versus Devonta Smith versus Travis Fulgham, Trevon Grimes, Greg Ward Jr., J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. They're all going to go against each other. Now, Howie's probably going to weigh in. Well, JJ is a second-round pick. Jalen Reagor is a first-round pick. Devonta Smith is untouchable. And like Nick Sirianni said, you don't need to be big to play the X position. I think they're going to use Devonta Smith all over the field. X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. I'm just kidding. But listen, guys like Devonta Adams for the Packers, he's bigger, a little bit stronger than Devonta Smith, don't get me wrong, but they utilize him in the X, Y, and even in the slot. Today's football, you need to have motion. You need to have pre-snap movement. The Sean McVays, the Kyle Shanahans, you got to tie a bow on that offense. You got to. So move Devonta Smith around. Don't make it easy on the defense. Where's number 6? Where's number 6? Touchdown. Where's number 6? Where's number 6? Touchdown. Now you start double teaming him and whoever the opposite wide receiver, tight end, Miles Sanders, Kenneth Gainwell. There's going to be other people to eat just off Devonta Smith. But like I said, I don't want to come in here and break down who I think the 3 wide receivers are going to be this early. Who are the 6 or 5 guys who are going to make the roster at the wide receiver position, because OTAs are really going to bring out the best in these guys. Competition across the board. But what I'm trying to say is a guy like Trevon Grimes, we're going to hear from him on Thursday. He's not one to be slept on. Greg Ward Jr., he's got better each year as a route runner. He's not here to be slept on. Now, John Hightower, Quez Watkins, could it be only one? I think Quez Watkins has that dog in him. John Hightower kind of just fell back in the background and just let it be. So we're going to see where all that lies. Now, if I had to guess right now, it's really hard to say because I don't know how they really feel about Greg Ward Jr. Trevon Grimes looks good to us, but he's still a rookie. We got to see how he translates in the NFL. And same with John Hightower and Quez Watkins because the limited amount of snaps they got. So the majority of these guys, I think honestly, Jalen Reagor, Devonta Smith, maybe J.J. Arcega-Whiteside because of the draft pick and Howie, they might have their spots safe. Even though J.J. should have to compete 100%. Forget the draft pick at this point. Make him compete. No more babying him with an umbrella over his head. Like, for real. The sun is out, bro. For real? Okay, I guess I'll give it to you. But I really do think the guys who are going to be competing, like legit competing, so Nick Sirianni can say, who we going to give more PT to? Who we going to bring into the scheme? Who we going to game plan with? Greg Ward Jr., Quez Watkins, John Hightower, Trevon Grimes, and J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. I think the real 2 people who are safe is Jalen Reagor and Devonta Smith. And I think they're the most talented when it comes to raw talent. Jalen Reagor had a down year, but I know he could do stuff, especially with the ball in his hand. So we just got to give it time. I think it's going to be a free-for-all battle between Trevon Grimes. Them four wide receivers are going to have to duke it out. Now, I kind of have in my head who I think is going to win in a duke out, but we are going to see. And we are going to start breaking down tape. The limited amount of tape Quez had, John Hightower had, Jalen Reagor had, and even Greg Ward Jr. because he became such a better route runner and a dependable receiver at times. And we never really got to see him with a dominant wide receiver on the outside or the other side of him because he's always been the go-to receiver, which was ugly and scary, except for the 4 weeks Travis Fulgham was a monster. And oh my God, did I forget Travis Fulgham. He's totally in the mix for fighting for the job. You know what I mean? Again, when it comes to safe guys, you got 2 first-round picks in Devonta Smith and Jalen Reagor. But Travis Fulgham, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, Quez Watkins, John Hightower, Trevon Grimes, Greg Ward Jr. Show me what you got. The best one and the guy who fits the scheme the best will make the team and will get playing time. Because we trying to win. And if Nick Sirianni is all about the wide receivers, he's going to put them through drills. He's going to put them in the game plan. And the best players will suit up and play. Now, just because you don't suit up in the top 3, don't mean we ain't going to call your number in the game on a vertical route. John Hightower or Quez Watkins or Travis Fulgham, a key first down. You got to keep your mindset ready. Travis Fulgham, when his snaps went down, whether it was the injury or the mindset, he fell off. Can't have that mindset. Got to play when your number is called. So I'm kind of sorry that I kind of forgot Travis Fulgham in the middle of that. I talked about him early, then it slipped my mind in the middle to bring him up because we're going to have to really diagnose this. I just want to get this conversation started because we got good problems at the wide receiver position, and guy like Trevon Grimes adding to that. Travis Fulgham, you see the 4-game sample size. Can he repeat it? J.J. Arcega-Whiteside just really the cloud over it because we really haven't seen anything good. But you got to take in perspective all the receivers that did bad the last year or two. Doug Peterson and the scheme had something to do with it as much as they're just buns. So we have to wait and see. I think we're going to be a little bit more run heavy. I can't wait to see it, man. Eagles offense got to get going because I don't know who's stopping them in the secondary. I just don't know. With that being said, let me know all your thoughts in the comment section when it comes to this Eagles wide receiver group. We're just starting the conversation. Much more to really hash out when it comes to the X and O's and really having a debate. The draft just ended. You can't really debate it right here, right now, except for Devonta Smith and Jalen Reagor. And you can have your favorites in them other ones. But the slate is clean. Because what did the other 6 or 5 guys do that says he has to be on the team? What did they do? Not that much. With all that being said, I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. Remember, I will be on Philly 500's channel later today around 6 o'clock. And on Thursday, one-on-one, Trevon Grimes. Let's see how much of a dog he has in him when I'm talking with him. Y'all already know what time it is. We out.